This week on DNE's Videocast. Egypt's stock market finally reopens, losing nearly 10% in the opening minutes.
There was panic in the beginning, but later on the stock showed a rebound.
Yeah, I'll find out right now.
Ian Lee reports on a massive fire at Egypt's Ministry of Interior in downtown Cairo. And finally, Egyptians have voted, but some now fear an Islamist domination of Egypt's political scene.
My name is Amr Ramadan. I'm the business writer for the Daily News Egypt. Today the stock market opened after 2 months of being closed. There was panic in the beginning, but later on the stock showed a rebound. The stock market was closed for 2 months because small investors had fears that if the stock market opened, their stocks in the stock market would be sold at a lower price. The larger brokerage companies wanted the bourse to open as soon as possible because they said that the stock would fall anyway. People with what they call hot money would get out, especially foreign investors, and it was the right to do so. For the short term, people are cautiously optimistic because the falls in the two indexes today were less than expected. In the long term, people are strongly optimistic because they believe that eventually the stock market will actually get better than it was before. And this is because the fundamentals of the Egyptian economy are very strong, and this revolution, they feel, has been healthier for the economy.
Flames shoot out of Egypt's Ministry of Interior in downtown Cairo. The blaze broke out as hundreds of police officers protested in front, demanding better wages and working conditions. The cause of the fire is still unknown. Some reports blame protesters outside the building, but the fire source was far from the street, high above where protesters rallied. Bystanders say the fire came from inside the ministry itself. The fire started from inside, says Ali Arafat. It started around 2:30, but from the inside, not the outside. The blaze comes as Egypt moves forward with political reform after the nation overwhelmingly passed constitutional amendments this week. And many want to see reform here too. This building is headquarters of the country's feared security service. In Cairo, Ian Lee for Daily News Egypt.
I'm Rania Al-Malki, I'm the editor-in-chief of Daily News Egypt. Last Saturday, Egypt held the referendum on constitutional amendments in which 18 million Egyptians participated. About 14 million said yes to the amendments. In general, the process was very transparent. There were very few reports of violations of any kind. This was a haven of democracy being seen on Egyptian grounds. It was something that we'd never experienced before. Some people might say that the Islamist movements had the most to gain. I kind of tend to disagree with that. I think the 77% who said yes were a cross-section of Egyptian society. I think the most important thing to focus on now is raising political awareness. This is what was definitely missing, and this is why there was an active role for religion to be used sometimes in a good and constructive way, and sometimes in a very destructive way, right before the referendum. And note that during parliamentary and presidential elections, it's not going to be the same dynamic happening. There's going to be competition, and I think the use of religion in that instance is not going to help our transition to democracy.
Join us next week for another DNE Videocast.